Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. It was no secret to Coach Prime, the Colorado Buffalo fans, that this offensive line needed to improve dramatically heading into the 2024 season, and Coach Prime wasted absolutely no time revamping this offensive line heading into next year. And I think the crown jewel of this offensive line haul in the transfer portal was former Houston guard Tyler Johnson, who was a top 100 national prospect coming out of high school. He ends up transferring to Houston and has two phenomenal years in 2022 and in 2023. And kind of diving into the film, this is not only one of the better guards that was available in the transfer portal, I think can be one of the better guards that we see in college football in 2024. A massive sore spot for this Colorado team, suddenly looking a lot better heading into 2024. Want to dive into the film of Tyler Johnson, talk a little bit about what he brings to this Colorado offensive line. Extremely excited to get into it. Before we do, and as always, just want to say thank you to you guys. A massive shout out to the Colorado fans. It is no secret the boys have been talking a lot of Coach Prime and what he's done in the transfer portal, diving into this roster, heading into 2024. Cannot thank you guys enough for all the support you guys have shown the boys. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. And without further ado, let's get into Tyler Johnson. I think the thing that I want to start with Tyler Johnson before we even get into the film is this was a guy that played his best football against some of the best competition that you saw across the country. Diving into some of his film, I thought one of his best games all year was against the Texas Longhorns, who have multiple guys on the inside of that defensive line that are either going to play in the NFL next year or are future NFL draft prospects over the next couple of years. And for Tyler Johnson to show that capability against that kind of elite competition really stood out to me. Now, you talk about where does Tyler Johnson really succeed? I think, one, it starts in pass protection, right? This is a guy that has an offensive tackle frame, has offensive tackle athleticism, and he kicks into guard, and you see the polish that he has as a pass protector. Inside 425 pass pro opportunities with Houston in 2023. He gave up only 1 sack and 10 quarterback pressures all year, was graded out to be one of the better interior offensive linemen in all of college football in pass protection. But what kind of stands out is, yes, those numbers certainly back it up, but you see him impose himself in the run game as well, especially in terms of what Colorado wants to do in terms of operating in space, working up to the second level. Tyler Johnson, again, is an offensive tackle in terms of the athleticism that he has playing at that guard spot, and you see the athleticism on full display, working up to second level defenders, moving guys off the football. Tyler Johnson, a massive get, I think will be the top offensive lineman for Colorado in 2024. Want to dive a little bit into the film of Tyler Johnson, talk a little bit about what I think Tyler Johnson is so special. Now, the first rep you're going to see here, and again, this is against Texas, guys that have multiple NFL prospects on the inside of that Texas defensive line, and you see Tyler Johnson really get it going in the run game. You fire up the film here. One, really good get off, really, really good in that zone blocking scheme, getting to that outside shoulder. And I mean, that is Barron Sorrell, a guy that's probably going to go in the top 50 of the NFL draft. Tyler Johnson really just having his way, right? And that is extremely impressive rep from Tyler Johnson. You kind of see that all over the film, especially in that Texas game. Next rep, you're going to see, again, Tyler Johnson getting going in the run game, gets to the outside shoulder. And this is where you see that tackle athleticism come in, right? Working a double team, getting up to the second level, looking for more work. He's very good operating in space. I think when you are able to grab a tackle and put him inside, you see the athleticism on play. Last rep I want to get to from this Texas game, or Texas Tech game, excuse me, is Tyler Johnson, again, imposing himself in the run game, flashing the athleticism that he has, working to the second level, moving guys off the line of scrimmage. I think Tyler Johnson and the upper body strength that he has, the athleticism that he has in his feet, that's truly special for a guy like Tyler Johnson. Now, I think the second thing we have to talk about is pass protection, right? Colorado, yes, they struggled running the football, almost dead last in yards per carry. It's nice to see Tyler Johnson be able to move bodies, be a guy that you think can stimulate this Colorado rushing attack. But we need guys that can protect Shedeur Sanders. And we've said this for the last couple of weeks, and it'll be a talking point heading into 2024. if you can protect Shadir Sanders, give him clean pockets with all the talent that he is going to have on the outside, and obviously Shadir Sanders' talent in and of itself, this is a passing attack that can take a massive step forward in 2024. And it so happens that Tyler Johnson, one of the best pass protectors in the country as well. And again, you go back to the film, and what kind of stands out is two different things. The first thing we're going to look at is the anchor that he has. And again, he's working against guys that are going to be going top 100 in the NFL draft, T'Vondre Sweat and a guy like Byron Murphy. Tyler Johnson's ability to reset his anchor. And again, does Barron Sorrell get a little bit into him here? Yeah, he certainly does. But Tyler Johnson resetting the anchor right here, making sure that he is kind of just not giving up too much ground and pass protection. Tyler Johnson, maybe you have some questions about, can he deal with the power on the inside? You don't really have those questions when you dive into Tyler Johnson's film. Again, now you're going to see Tyler Johnson kind of show why he was a tackle coming out of high school, working against an edge rusher here that's going to test him with a little bit of athleticism. And you see Tyler Johnson's feet kind of like a dancing bear, right? This is a guy that's going to try to win with some athleticism. Tyler Johnson, extremely good feet, mirroring the pass rusher, locking him up, really good grip strength. And the last rep I want to talk about is going up against T'Vondre Sweat, who is 366 pounds. He came in at the combine. Again, that left guard spot. And you're going to see Tyler Johnson really just lock a guy like T'Vondre Sweat up. Really good flexibility in the upper half. You go back and watch that Texas game, and I think for a lot of Colorado fans, it kind of goes to the conversation that we had earlier last season and kind of going into this offseason, where last year, Colorado was kind of just forced to take what they could get in the transfer portal because they were retooling this whole roster. And some of the quality of transfers was not necessarily up to that Power 5 level. And I think the difference between Colorado's offseason last year, year one of Coach Prime, and then year two of Coach Prime is the quality of guys that are coming through the transfer portal are much higher than we saw last year. And I think Tyler Johnson, probably one of the best examples of that. It was really nice to see Coach Prime identify, where does this Colorado team need to get better heading into 2024 to really make some noise across college football. And he did that with guys like Tyler Johnson, who were bona fide proven starters at the Power 5 level in 2023. This offensive line looks to have taken a massive step. Next week, we're going to take a look at BJ Green coming from Arizona State. Really excited to get into him. Probably my favorite get for Colorado in the transfer portal. Appreciate you guys always rocking with the fellas. If y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll talk to y'all later.